The minute I saw Miss Adams, I was keenly aware of my lingering 8th grade awkwardness. My nails bit down to the quick and my clothing meant for comfort instead of fashion. The other girls in her class were also well turned out in their dresses, makeup, and padded bras. I was still in my training bra and trying to tame the frizz in my bush of curly hair. I had come to her midway through the year, skipping from 8th grade into the 9th at the recommendation of my teacher, who felt I was bored and needed to be challenged. Miss Adams was my new 9th grade English teacher, fresh out of college and new to Jubilee. All anyone knew was that her daddy was a prominent doctor from down in Mississippi. She was exactly what any principal in a small southern town would have prayed for, the quintessential southern woman, real marriage material. Her nails were a soft shade of pink, and her hands, like her figure, were slight and ethereal. When she spoke, her drawl was like sugar rolling off her tongue, the way folks with money from the deep South speak. Nothing like the jagged edges Kentuckians spit out. Instead of saying mother and father with a strong sound at the end, she said mother and father, and it made you want to crawl up in her lap and purr. I remember one day in class, just as the winter relented and the blossom of spring was in the air, she announced we would be taking a field trip and that all we would need was our imagination and a good pair of walking shoes. This was no problem for me or any of the boys in the class, but some of the girls, like one prissy girl named Emmeline Blewin, had worn their good church shoes to school. "You will have to suffer through or go in your bare feet," Miss Adams told them. Sitting on a large quilt under a magnolia tree behind the school, she read us poetry, asking us to listen with our eyes closed and our hearts open. No teacher in this small hick school had ever taken a class on a nature walk to read poetry. Whether boy or girl, didn't matter. We were all a little in love with her.